Poster frames can be used for more than just posters. Take the frame apart and remove the inner paper label. You will be left with a large cardboard piece and the plastic sheet that substitutes for glass on a poster frame. Take any type of acrylic paint and paint a thick layer of paint over the entire surface of the plastic sheet. While you're waiting for the paint to dry, grab some bunches of faux flowers. Cut each of the flower stems at the base to remove them from the bunch. Once you have cut the flowers from the bunches, put the frame pieces back together around your painted poster board sheet. Then take your flowers and arrange them onto the poster board into a design that you like. Take a hot glue gun and apply a thin bead of glue to the stem of a large flower bloom. Press the stem onto the board for a couple of seconds and wait for the glue to cool and harden. Once the flower is attached, feel free to twist and bend the flower forward for a three-dimensional look. Now take some green moss and glue it onto the bottom of the painted sheet, covering the flower stems and filling in larger spaces. You can then spray the moss with a light coat of spray adhesive to keep the moss in place. Voila! A three-dimensional flower art piece. Hang one on the wall as a beautiful piece of wall art, or hang more than one as part of a gallery wall or art display.
The next time you're at Dollar Tree, grab yourself some of their succulent picks in a variety of different colors and styles that you like, and then you're also going to want to grab some of their foam pool noodles, but make sure you grab the green ones. So I have this vintage oil painting here. This one I actually was hanging on to. It was my grandmother's. So I'm taking out the oil painting as well, removing the matte border around the frame. I decided I wanted to paint my frame. I want it to be full gold, so I'm going to use some of this decor metallic paint, and I'm just going to do a quick coat over top of the frame. So once my paint was on and it fully dried and set, I could come in with my frame and my pool noodles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the frame over. I'm going to use the pool noodle as a measuring guide, and then I'm going to cut it exactly so it fits in the little ledge of the frame. So I do this really easily with an X-Acto knife, and then I'm going to cut the pool noodle directly in half. With my half a pool noodle, I'm going to take these pieces and I'm going to continue to cut them till I have enough to fill the frame. So once I have enough here, I'm going to take some E6000 and I'm going to glue just the edges of the frame and the edges of the pool noodle, and I'm going to place the pool noodle into the frame, but making sure that the curved side is going to be facing out. So I'm working backwards here, so you can see I have the cut side and I'm placing it down into the ledge of the frame. So I'm going to continue doing this until I've glued in all the pieces of my pool noodle and the entire frame has been filled. Now you do want to let this set for a good 6 hours if you can, just to let the glue set and let the pool noodles really settle in there. Then once it's fully set, I'm going to come in here and create my own little backing. So I have this just rough piece of wood left over from another project. It's like a thin MDF paneling, and I'm going to glue that on with hot glue and a mixture of E6000, and I'm just going to press it onto the pool noodles there, giving a little bit of pressure and holding it down till the hot glue is set. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip it over, make sure I like the placement of my pool noodles. I can fix them up and adjust them if need be. And then just to make the back a little prettier, I have this green fabric that I'm just going to lay over top. And then I'm going to take a stapler and I'm going to staple it around just so the back is closed in. So I'm going to be turning this into like a live art piece. So I'm going to start with some moss. So I have some reindeer moss here, and you want to make sure that you have lots of different styles of moss to give this some different texture. So I have reindeer moss, I have some Spanish moss, lots of different types of moss to give me all those varying different colors of green and brown. So I'm going to work along gluing them onto the pool noodles, and you want to make sure that you shove them down in between the pool noodles. Once I have filled in the entire frame, I'm going to come in with the succulent picks that I picked up from the dollar store, trim them down, add a bit of hot glue to the edge, and then I'm going to work them in between the pool noodles. So the stem of the succulent just sits right in between those pool noodles, and it just kind of grabs it and holds them in there. I'm going to add as many succulents as I like till I get the desired look, and here is this finished project. I am so happy with how this project turned out. It's like an earthy, elegant piece of decor that I can hang in my home, and it didn't cost me a lot to make this project. I really hope that this inspires you to get creative and grab some succulents from the Dollar Tree and see what you can come up with this project.
Pick up a thrift store frame and remove the backing of the frame. If your frame does not already have one, find a white mat that will fit the frame size and insert it into the back of the frame. Now, hang the frame and mat on a wall. Find a small glass jar or vase. Take 2 command strips, remove 1 cover strip, and attach the sticky side vertically to the side of your jar. Remove the other outer cover slip and stick the jar to the wall. You now have a 3D interactive wall art piece. Hang it in an office or craft room, or hang in a handy place in a bathroom and store makeup brushes in the glass jar. Fill the glass vase with water and fill it with cuttings from other plants. You will love the touch of greenery and watching the roots grow through the glass. Pick up some fall flowers from the grocery store and trim the stems to size. Display the flowers in the glass vase with varying heights, colors, and texture. I hope this inspired you to take a thrift store frame and turn it into a 3D work of art with a glass jar and your imagination.
Did you know those natural fiber placemats you can find at so many home stores can be used for more than just your dining room table? And I'm going to take my mats and I'm going to adhere the adhesive hangers to the back. Then we're going to turn them over. And once our glue gun is heated, we're going to use it to attach the mirrors to the front of the placemats. You're going to attach those mirrors to the center of your placemat or placemats, depending on however many you're using, and then let them cool. Second, you're going to grab some test tubes. I decided to use 3 test tubes, so I did use hot glue to adhere these as well. I have also seen it done with a little fishing line that is drawn around it and tied to the back, but my test tubes didn't have any kind of a lip, so I went ahead and used hot glue. Once you have marked your spot for all of your mats, go ahead and remove the paper layer and press that back adhesive to your wall. You want to use a firm pressure to make sure that it really sticks. Once they're attached, fill your little test tubes with water. Add a few seasonal flowers. We still had some zinnias left in the garden, and voila, you have some new wall decor that literally took 20 minutes to make. What a win.